Hi, this is Mike Regan with TranzAct's 2-Minute Warning for the week of February 12th. And in this week's 2-Minute Warning, we're providing a recap of what we learned from our special webcast on what's going on in the Red Sea. Last week, we had an opportunity to host a great webcast with our friends from CSCMP and the Knit League. It was focused on what's happening in the Red Sea, had some great resources. Peter Tershwell from the Journal of Commerce, Ron Murata from Houston Logistics, and John Jansen from Sanmar hit it out of the park. Here are a couple things that we learned. Peter Tershwell highlighted that yes, the situation in the Red Sea is very serious, but the hype has exceeded what's actually going on. No, it hasn't shut down global supply chain. Things are still moving, and that's because the carriers have adapted to what he calls the new normalization. For a lot of them, that involves sailing around the Cape of Good Horn. Yes, it's adding 2,000 to 3,000 miles more, taking 10 to 12 days longer. And the carriers, yes, are increasing their costs because they have higher fuel costs, higher labor costs, higher insurance costs, and they're coming up with all sorts of surcharges to get more revenue. That's what happens when we have these kind of events. Ron Murata mentioned the fact that at Houston, the need for communication between shippers and carriers has never been more important. You see things like Maersk pulling out or this ocean carrier pulling out. People are wondering, oh my goodness, what's going to happen? You talk to your carriers, and it's not just to find out what's happening, but also to make the kind of changes that you must make in order to protect your supply chain. Ron mentioned that they are making decisions on the spot. Some of the freight that was going to go ocean now has to be diverted to air because the customer needs it. They're having to mix and match containers to keep things going, but that's where the role of communication is critically important. Then John Jansen piped in and said, yes, Sanmar is one of the biggest top 100 ocean shippers in the United States, and they have been able to keep the freight moving in. He said that's because they've made some important changes. Change number one, for example, he said they've always relied on core carriers with contracts in the ocean markets, but they've expanded the number of NVOCCs they're working with because these NVOCCs have been able to get capacity in some of the smaller Asian countries where they're producing their products. But one of the things we all agreed on when it was all said and done is that now, more than ever, shippers need to be doing some type of scenario planning to address the what if could happen. As Ron said, while things are stable, although shippers are having higher costs, if there's a missile that sinks an ocean vessel, that's going to be a game changer that's going to have significant impact. What will your company do? Now, fortunately, here at TranzAct, we're experts at helping companies do supply chain scenario planning exercises. And there's some other things that we can help you with through our supply chain stress assessment. And that is the kind of inventory parts. What are your never out parts? What are the things that you have to have in stock? How do you do that? And how do you protect your supply chain? If you want more information, send me an email or give me a call, because with each and every 2-minute warning, we're here to remind you, we are on your team. We're here to help, and we're passionate about seeing you be successful. Thanks for your time.